Hello there, guys. It's Pearl Jr. here. How are you guys doing? I hope everybody is staying safe and being healthy and being conscientious about wearing our masks and social distancing. Hi, who was the first one? Hello, Alicia. How are you? I'm so glad that you guys are here. So much going on in the world right now. And you guys know before I got into the Michael world, I was an activist, right? And so this kind of stuff here is just like pulling at my heartstrings, and it's taking my passion and it's igniting all these feelings that I have inside and all this knowledge. A lot of you guys don't know I'm a college graduate. I graduated from Cal State University Northridge. I finished in 3 years, by the way, with honors. And I graduated way back in the 80s. And I majored in radio, TV, film, and my minor was in African American studies because I always felt like there was not enough ownership of black-owned media, and that's still true today. And one of the things that I've always wanted to do was educate through the media, and that's why I combined my major and my minor to radio, TV, film with a minor in African American studies. And then I wrote my first book, The Climate, A Perspective Unvisited. I released that in 2001, and a couple of professors used it for, we're going to get to Michael, used it for required reading, and I used to do lectures at universities. So when I talk about race, it comes from a real deep, knowledgeable, experienced type of learning and experience. I grew up in North Hollywood in the 1970s. And in elementary school, I'm telling you, there were 5 black people in my whole elementary school, 5. Me, Dana, Lori, Heidi, and her brother Keith. Okay, those were, and I remember them. And then junior high school, they started doing busing, so there were a few more black people, maybe 20 or 30, maybe 40 in junior high, and then in high school there may have been 50 or 60. But we're talking about at a whole high school. And I was not bused. I lived in the community, in the non-black community. I lived in North Hollywood, which is about 7 miles from Michael's Havenhurst house. My friends were white, black, Latino, didn't matter. My friends were my friends, but my closest friends were black girls and white girls we were close to. And so I discussed race all the time. And whether you were black, Latino, we're going to talk, you be my friend, we're going to talk about race. Because it was something that was very interesting to me. So with all that's going on right now, it's really touching my heart. So there is this video, and I want to discuss it with you guys. And we are going to get to some Michael news, of course, because I do Michael stuff. And but first, before, I'm not even going to introduce this video. I'm just going to say a video similar to this. I think TJ or Taj Jackson or one of them had promoted it. If I'm wrong, please forgive me. But I think I saw it, but I went back and I tried to find the exact video, and I couldn't find the exact video. But this is a second type of video that thank you, Teresa. I hear that you're saying that I'm online. Teresa's my girl. Thank you so much. And we are too. I'm still going to send the letter to those charities. You guys got to remember the Make-A-Wish and the No Kid Hungry, those foundations. I never touched our donations. And we collected over $1,000. I never touched the money. Okay. The money is coming from Facebook to those organizations. So I want to give Facebook enough time to send them the money. So I will be writing a letter, a follow-up letter, letting them know that we are Michael fans who donated that money on behalf of him. All right. So anyway, so there's this video that I want you guys to take a look at. I'm not even going to introduce it. I'm just going to turn my camera around and I'm just going to press play. It's a 40-second video, and then we're going to discuss it just a little bit. Ah.
Open it up.
Mama, open mine. Mama, open mine.
Get Rainy hers. Get Rainy hers. What's wrong?
Okay.
Do you like it?
Mm-hmm.
Do you like it right here? Why? What's wrong?
All right. So I'm just going to stop that right there. Okay. Do you guys know what happened there? Okay. Let me stop that. And I'm going to play you another video. But first, we're going to talk about that. There was two little girls that were getting black dolls for Christmas. And they were so upset that they were black dolls that brought one of the little kids to tears, crying. And she threw it. Okay. She threw it. And the other daughter, the other daughter didn't like it either. She tried to be polite, but she was totally did not like the black dolls. The mother's laughing. She thinks it's funny. Okay. So we are not born racist. We're not born that way. We are either taught to be in racial harmony or we are taught to be racist. Okay. So with the mother's reaction to laughing at that, and this was a joke, we're going to give them black dolls and see them get mad about it. He, he. Not realizing, or maybe it makes them feel good, makes them feel more superior. It makes them feel good when you put somebody down, and you put somebody down to make yourself feel better. Now, there's this other video that I want to show you guys, okay? And we're going to learn about, because Michael talks about racism too, okay? And a lot of Michael's songs and in his speeches, he talked about racism as well. So we're going to continue with being Michael Jackson fans, and we are going to talk about race. All right, so there's another video that I want to show you, okay? And this video, this is another video. Do I want to show this one? I got two to choose from, which is great. Okay, I'm going to show you this video, okay?
Sophia's the kind of girl who likes to take all her friends for a ride in the Jeep.
Is she gonna ride in the Jeep also?
We're gonna scope faster. We're gonna skip forward to this one. Okay, so here we go. Here we go. Oh man, did I make it hourglass? Shoot. I really like this video. Okay.
There's one dressed like a doctor, so she immediately fell in love with it and had to have it because
Okay.
there was one dressed like a doctor, so she immediately fell in love with it and had to have it because that's her in a nutshell.
This is Megan, the doll Sophia picked.
We have a cookie.
But when it came time to pay for Megan, the cashier at her local Target apparently didn't like the look of things.
She said, "Well, are you sure this is the doll you want, honey? Because she doesn't look like you. And we have lots of other dolls here that look more like you."
Benner's jaw dropped, but before she could answer, Sophia offered up the perfect explanation.
Her reasoning why was, she's a doctor like I'm a doctor. And she's a pretty girl and I'm a pretty girl. And that's all she saw.
Benner went home and posted what happened on Facebook. The little girl and her doctor doll gone viral. But here in the Benner house...
Okay, there's more to this video if you want to watch it. This is it. Okay, now this little girl, all she knew is she wants to be a doctor, and she wants to, and she saw a doctor doll, and she wanted the doctor doll, and said, "This is a pretty doll, so I want this doll." Okay, you can tell what parents are teaching their children by their reaction. Now, in this household, I would say that they're not talking about race. They're not discussing race. They're not putting people down. This little girl don't know difference. She just sees that. She wants to be a doctor. So she wants, and I bought my grandbaby a doctor doll, and I forget, it's a little black doctor doll, and she has a cartoon, and I bought it for my little grandbaby too, right? Now, and because my grandbaby wanted it, right? Ruby. And there's one more that I want to show you guys. One more video I want to show you guys. Oh, okay, here we go. Here's another one, okay? I'm going to turn the camera around in just a second, but I just wanted to show you guys this one too. Ah, got the commercial.
You think that dolls
here we
have to
go.
look like you? No.
When Katie Nachman bought her daughter's American Girl dolls that looked a little different than her girls, she had no idea.
Oh, man. I am so sorry, guys. But anyway, these are the two little
That
sisters.
she would face backlash for posting their reaction.
What's your favorite part about them?
They come with clothes.
Yeah. What else?
They kind of like how they look.
What about how they look?
They have hair and they have eyes.
Katie tells InsideEdition.com that her daughters have been playing with racially diverse dolls and toys for their entire lives, and didn't think her video would spark such controversy and be seen by over 3 million people.
I just want white parents to realize that it's really important to be active in teaching your kids about race. I got messages from black moms who said that their daughters didn't want to play with black dolls because they didn't think they were as beautiful as the white dolls.
Okay, now that's very important. Okay, just because you're black does not mean you are not racist. Okay, because we grow up in the same world that teaches white supremacy as white people. So we as black people can adopt some of the same principles and some of the same superiority and inferiority complexes based on race. Now, some fans have gotten really upset with me because I wrote this book. Okay, I just, you guys, I'm sorry that I'm not sorry. I'm glad that I have an opportunity to teach. I'm very happy I have an opportunity to teach and express some of the frustrations that I have, or I'm able to discuss some of the things that I'm able to discuss. Okay, I wrote this book, Black Women Need Love Too. Okay, and it is because I know the racism against black women, especially in the realm of love, we're getting our butts kicked as black women. We really, really are. You know, and black women are the least loved, the least married, got the least amount of providers in the household, got the least amount of fathers in the household. And this, you know, and it's a culmination of so many things that still depend on racism, and superiority and inferiority complexes based on race. One of the people that I believe that, you know, there are some men out there that are black and white that, you know, would not date a black woman no matter what. Okay. Now, when the two little white girls threw the black dolls, okay, they threw the black dolls and they were hurt and they were crying about it. They don't know if those dolls sang their favorite songs. They didn't know if those dolls were smart. They didn't know if those dolls had bubble bath in them. They didn't know if those dolls knew how to walk or talk. They had no idea, but it didn't matter how good that doll was. Didn't matter the quality of that doll. All they knew is that they didn't want to get to know that doll because of the color of their skin. And the one person that I know that I feel is like that is Tiger Woods. Okay, I don't think if the smartest, most beautiful, most kindest, most loving black woman ever said hi to him, I don't think he would ever give a black woman an opportunity to get to know a black woman. I just don't think he ever would. Okay, because he hasn't, as far as what I have seen or the image he is portraying. And if you're somebody out there and you feel that same way that those little black girls felt, I mean, those little white girls felt and threw away the black dolls, not even knowing what they can do, then that is systemic racism. That's superiority and inferiority complexes based on race. Okay? Now, Now that I've taught that little lesson, okay, we're going to do a little bit more. Okay, we're going to talk about some more stuff. This has broken my heart. This right here broke my heart. It brought me to tears. Honestly, it brought me to tears. And I'm going to show you guys this. Brought me to tears. I could cry now. See that? You guys see that? That's Joe Jackson's granddaughter. That's Yasmin Jackson. Okay? Giovanni Jackson's daughter. Some white woman stabbed her and was calling her the N-word. Okay? This right here hurts. We haven't seen these type of images on television. Okay? We saw this. She posted this one. Okay? Let me show you guys. She posted this one, and I had posted this one as well. 7 times she got stabbed. 7 times while being called the N-word. Because some people are so afraid of racial equality, and they're so afraid of losing their privilege, that it's worth dying for. You got to remember, slavery didn't end because a lot of people said, oh, it's wrong. It ended through a bloody war, one of the worst wars we ever had. It almost split the country apart, the Civil War. Okay, and I still think that the ratios of the Confederate whites who wanted slavery versus the Union whites, because there was never all white people wanted bad things, okay? Maybe the same. And don't fall for Trump right now saying, oh, I feel so bad for George Floyd. When he came down and he pepper sprayed those people that were peacefully protesting, pepper sprayed, smoke screen, smoke sprayed, gassed them, whatever he did, and pushed them out of the way so he can go take a photo in front of a church holding a Bible. Did you look behind him? White men. All white men. Maybe a white woman splashed in there, dropped in there, but white men. So if he really cared about racial equality, he would have more black people in his cabinet. Right now, he knows he's losing the race war because there's been so many good people of every race that came out and said, you know what? To see an officer pin down a black guy again, and just kill him with his hands in his pocket for 9 minutes while another guy, he was Asian, some type of Asian, made sure the crowd didn't get too close. Right? While he has a gun and a billy club and pepper spray and a stingray, whatever those are called. Okay? And people were shouting, he can't breathe, calling for his mama, because that's all he knew that could help him was mama, because mamas protect their children. Okay? So this, as far as Giovanni Jackson, honey, I'm so sorry. If it was my daughter, oh my God. So everybody imagine if that was your daughter. Okay? Anyway, thank goodness they caught the person who did that. And charges will be filed. And I would say that it should be charges of attempted murder. Okay? One thing my mother taught me, rest in peace, mommy, was sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Okay? So even though you might see mouthy black people talking mouthy to the cops, doesn't mean they should die over words. The cops should have constraint. You don't use your not God-given, definitely not God-given. You don't use your authority to shut people up. People have freedom of speech. People can speak. Now, of course, there's exceptions to freedom of speech. You can't, create chaos by screaming fire in a crowded theater. And you can't harass someone. constantly, constantly, constantly harass and bully. And you can't lie on people to destroy their lives and their reputation. Okay? But, so, I am so happy to see people of all races protesting. Okay, there's a couple more. I am happy to see also Paris writing about it, and Prince writing about it. Okay, very happy about that, because they have to realize Michael is black. Okay, he's an African American. Okay, and he collected a lot of black dollars so that they could live comfortably. Michael collected a lot of dollars from a lot of black women and they mamas. Okay, so you always, it ain't, I remember at one point a few years ago, Prince got himself in a little bit of trouble because he was like, all lives matter. Remember that? And people were like, no, 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 no. You're not understanding. You know, Michael Che of Saturday Night Live, he said, he did a joke. He said, yeah, you go home and your wife says, do you love me? And he says, I love everybody. How would you feel? I love everybody, right? Of course we all love everybody. Now, Black Lives Matter should have said Black Lives Matter too. Just like my book, Black Women Need Love Too. Doesn't mean nobody else deserves love. Doesn't mean nobody else's lives matter. It means that our lives matter too. And us being loved too. We're girls. Black women, we're girls. We're women. We're women. And maybe we appear to be a little tougher because we don't have anybody to protect us. We had to take on a man's role because black men weren't allowed to be men for centuries. Okay? And we got to stop the stereotypes. We cannot be those little white girls that had learned it from their parents and see a black female and go, ugh. You don't know nothing about her, but ugh, she ain't good enough for me. Okay? That's why I wrote the book, Black Women Need Love Too. Okay? Because I feel like a lot of people look at us black women like we're not the same as other races of black women because we have tightly curled hair. Yeah, let's go there. The nappy hair syndrome, right? The good hair versus the nappy hair. Okay? So, we have learned as black people the same type of white supremacist thoughts as white people because we live in this country and this world too. So, I just wanted to give that little lesson, and I want you guys to think about that when you have some time. Think about that. And even me as a black female business owner, do you know how many people tell me, yo, you making money? Why are you worrying about my pennies? Do you call up NBC, ABC, HBO, whatever, whoever's making money and complain to them about making money? But me, I guess I'm supposed to be a slave that works for free. But I'm here to guarantee you, I've given 1,000, no, probably 1,000,000 times more to the Michael Jackson community than I've given back, than I've gotten back. And I thank you, fans. I really, really thank you, fans. But there is no one of any power or any stature that's trying to help me, you know, grow my company. Nobody is. I love you, fans. You fans are like my family. And I know you guys love Michael, and the reason why you love Michael because he talked about very important issues. Man in the mirror, keep the faith. You know, they don't care about us. Scream. You know, Michael had a lot of songs that talked about racism, lots and lots. And I know I'm forgetting one big. Oh, Heal the World. Okay. Okay. So I feel like, when I'm supporting Michael, I'm supporting those principles as well. But yes, Jacksons, you do owe black people something. Yes. Because without all those mamas and daddies buying those little black girls, ABC and all those records, when you're the Jackson 5, you'd be another little black family in Gary, Indiana. So yes, I do believe that they do. Can't do everybody all the time. Okay, and a lot of people are understanding it, and a lot of people are getting, no, Black Lives Matter too means that we're going to concentrate on this issue with black people, because we're getting our butts kicked in employment, finances, income, joblessness, love, health. You know, we're losing in like every freaking category, and that's by design, and that's what they call systemic racism. All right, so I've said my little piece, and I can feel like I'm doing my thing when it comes down to that. Now, let's get to the fun stuff, okay? The Live 4, guys, Live 4. I just wanted you guys to compare the two. These are the Alive trilogy. This is the Alive trilogy of Michael Jackson docs with Alive 4. It kind of goes together, huh? With the missing pieces. Okay, so we got that. We got that. Oh, here it is. This is better. Okay, this is better. Okay, so this is Alive 4, which is coming out June 25th to 2020. And we've been working really, really hard on that. You know, Alive 4, Michael Jackson, The Missing Pieces. So I'm going to add Elbow Grease Productions Presents up here. And this is pretty much the cover. Do you like that font? I do. Kind of looks like the other fonts. Yeah, they're different fonts. They're all different fonts, but it's kind of blends with the color scheme, so they all kind of match. Even though this was one artist that did it, and then I have Matt. Thank you, Matt Dodd, for doing this one. Okay, now, okay, and there's a couple of other little fun things for you guys. Okay, let's see. Let me see what I have. Oh, Facebook. There's something else. Let me tell you guys, with Facebook, there was, Anonymous came out and he trended for whatever reason, because he said Michael is alive, and then, you know, it trended and he is alive. But then a few days later, and so is Hugo Chavez and Fidel Castro. So, you know, give and take, yes, no, all the time. All right. So, but we're glad to get that promotion, right? That Michael is alive, that trended last week. And also, I'm going to, before I get to the little piece of Alive 4, and then I need you guys' help with something, I want to show you guys something. Here's my book, The Climate. Okay, and come on, oh gosh, okay, there we go. Let's make it bigger. Okay, this was one of the covers that Michael had for Butterflies, the song Butterflies. And here is my book, The Climate, A Perspective Unvisited. And what this book is about, it's the first book I ever wrote because I had something important to say. Because I used to wonder about racism and why there was racism and what the heck is racism all about. Gee whiz, it's just skin color, my God, you know? And so every time I asked a question, I had to ask another one. I found one answer, then it made me ask another one. And I never was satisfied until one professor in college, I asked him, he was a professor of African studies, and I said, why is there racism? I just didn't understand. And he said, some people blame it on the climate. And I was like, whoa! I remember I was following with my books in my hand down the hall, walking with them. And I remember he kept walking and I was dumbfounded. What do you mean the climate? So then I went on a mission and I found out that race is just a product of indigenous habitats. We have different hair textures and different skin colors based on our habitats. The reason why black people have dark skin is because it's highly melanated. It's to protect us from the sun, because our climatic temperature is about 80 degrees year round. And a reason why our hair is short and curly is because we don't need long hair to keep us warm, because white people are from a colder climate. So that thick hair was to protect our scalp from burning. That's it. That's all. That's it. So I went ahead and I went back to the Australopithecines, which is the first type of human 6 million years ago, and I went through the Homo erectus, Homo sapiens. I went through the Neanderthals. I went through the oh my God, I can't even remember them all. Homo habilis. And I wrote a book about how the world was populated and how natural selection created races. Okay, created the races. Okay, and you can call them. It's not really culture, but the different looks, the different skin tones, the different hair textures. So if you guys get a chance, you might want to read the book. It's on their ebooks are available, but it's called The Climate. It's my first book, and I probably need to write it, issue it and update it because I got some spelling errors in it. But it is really my conclusion, and a way to look at race is nothing but a function of indigenous climatic habitats. That's it. That's all. And then some people who are Europeans, the white people, have decided that if you look different than me, you must be less than me. And the reason why is because when white people left their habitat, they didn't want to be in the cold and in the caves, and that's just the truth. And animals can't survive in the cold. They went venturing, exploring for different climates, different places to live. And in that, they found brown people, black people, and here in the New World, the United States, and the New World, which is Northern America, South America, Central America, and I break it down through centuries and stuff like that, and I even get into the Bible and all kinds of stuff. It's a really good book. But anyway, white people were white people's servants. But white people, all they would have to do was just leave and go mingle into regular society and put on a nice dress and have a nice shave and a nice haircut, and you wouldn't be able to tell if they were slaves or if they were free, right? When they found black people, they were like, ooh, we can differentiate the slave from the free. So they enslaved Africans. Africans we weren't just slaves, we were enslaved, kidnapped and enslaved. And the reason why the George Floyd situation has touched especially black people really hard, and especially black men real hard, is because for hundreds of years it was not against the law to kill, to chop off arms, to beat, to rape, to take away basic human liberties of black people. Wasn't against the law. You can kill any black person you want. Wouldn't nobody say nothing. Okay? So the callousness of Mr. Chavin putting his hand in his pocket, people telling him you're killing him, the other guy putting his foot in his neck, foot in his back, cutting off his lungs from breathing, and the neck from breathing. He died of asphyxiation. He had no life-threatening injuries, even though they said he tested positive for COVID-19, right? So wouldn't that be something if they ended up getting COVID? Okay, but I'm just saying. But anyway, but not life-threatening. He was asymptomatic, which means he didn't have any symptoms, okay? But he had tested positive, reportedly, okay? That's why. Because this white cop saying, I could kill a Negro life whenever I want to, and can't nobody do nothing about it, and I might get a slap on the wrist, but that ain't nothing. I've been in trouble 18 more times with the cops, and here I am. I'm still a cop, right? And the defense for the other three, well, two of the other three, is the one that was, the Asian one that was protecting the perimeter. He was doing what his superior told him to do, okay? The other one could say, because two of them were rookies. The other one, he knew better. You know what I mean? He knew better. One of them had some disciplinary actions, not as many as Chavin had. Okay? So that's why it struck a chord. Because we cannot go back to Black lives don't matter. Black lives don't matter. Your pain ain't my pain. And go suffer over there. go over there in your corner and suffer over there. I don't need to hear it. I don't need to be bothered with your problems and your issues. And now America's going, wait a minute. If they do that to them, it might eventually one day get down to me. And then there are people like these white mothers that we just saw with the dolls that taught their children, nah, race don't matter. That little girl was like, that girl's a doctor. I want to be a doctor. And she pretty just like I'm pretty. You know, and she knew the doll was black, but that was irrelevant. Because she wanted somebody to represent her. Okay? So, we teach racism. We teach racism. And we teach equality too. Okay? We teach equality too. All right? So, anyway, now, okay, we're going to get to what I need you guys for. Oh, no. There's something else. Oh, Jackie and Brandon Howard's hanging out in Las Vegas, y'all. Okay, so Brandon's still hanging with Jackie. And, oh, this is what I wanted to talk to you guys about. Oh, this right here. This has been going around here. This whistleblower. You guys can go on my my page. My Cecil Holmes Facebook page, Cecil Holmes Pearl Jr. See, because my name's in the address, okay? And I just use Cecil's name because he doesn't get enough credit for the work that he does, because he's the editor and he's working a lot of hours to make sure that everything's just great. And I'm the writer, producer, director, but he's been doing some good work. All right, so this right here, somebody brought back, let me show you. Somebody brought back this and lied. Okay, I think this is Michael in disguise.
For those of you that can see this video or hear this audio, I just wanted to
I think this is Michael
make
in
you
disguise.
aware of what's going on. I feel if I disseminate this information, I may actually get a night's sleep.
All right, so Peter comes on, Peter Michael Bobby, who I believe is Michael Jackson, came on. Now, this video was released back in 2013. I think he did it for Prince EA, and Prince EA is real deep. He can be real deep with his stuff, and he's really good. Prince, the letter E and the letter A. You can Google him. Okay, he has some great videos, but I think he did this. But anyway, this video, when it first came out, got millions upon millions of views. Millions of views, okay? This is Peter Michael Bobby voice, and a lot of people believe that this is Michael, okay? And this is Michael, okay?
I don't know if I should tell you this, but I don't know who may be listening. There may be a group of people that want to get rid of me. They don't want me here anymore.
I don't understand. What do you mean? Talk to me.
I can't talk about it over the phone. I don't know what's going to happen, but I just feel in my soul, only God knows, that it's you.
Okay. Some people, there's a lot of junk clues out there, death hoax clues. There's a lot of junk death hoax clues out there. This is one of them, okay? This is who I believe is Michael Jackson, Peter Michael Bobby, because I believe Michael works in duplicates. Okay, in case I'm going to pretend like I'm you and you're going to pretend like you're me, you know? And so if I ever get caught or busted, you can come out and say, it was me and not Michael, okay? That Michael did that his whole life. Decoys, disguises, and aliases. So, of course, in this death hoax, when we got 0 to prove that he's dead, and wait till you guys, there's some really good stuff in Alive 4. You know, that, you know, Bobby Anderson can go, no, it wasn't Michael, it was me. Right? Right? And other people, too. So, for Go From Ashes, Pablo can say, no, it wasn't Michael, it was me. Right? Marcus Williams can go, no, it wasn't Michael, it was me. Okay, that's the game that's being played, and I'm going to prove it to you guys in Alive 4. Okay, I'm going to prove it to you guys even more so than in Alive 4, because Bobby Anderson sounds enough like Michael to where he can go, no, it was really me, right? And then people are going to believe it. But I already know that all his predictions, how you know that? and telling his family members what to do. Don't ever forget the hug I got in Macy's, or me meeting LaToya, the Polo Lounge, and he knew about both of them. Don't forget that. And it wasn't the fat guy that came and hugged me in Macy's. Okay, it was a skinny guy, eye to eye, and I had on like 2-inch heels, and I'm 5'7.5". Michael's about 5'9.5", 5'10", and I had on like 1 to 2-inch heels, and we were eye to eye. Okay, I remember that. Okay, anyway, this was not on June 24th, 2009. Peter Michael Bobby admitted that this was him. Okay, so there's a lot of junk clues out there. Okay, I do not believe Jack Crooner is Michael. I do not. Okay, I do not believe, I do believe Sulfur Go from Ashes, who came back and then he had a little fit and then he left again. Now, Sulfur Go from Ashes, I'm here to tell you, if you don't want people to think you're Michael Jackson, take off the mask and dance then. Whoa, 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 whoa. We already know there's 2 of you. Right? We already know there's 2, right? I digress. Okay, but anyway, Alive 4 has got missing pieces. So I'm going to give some of the clue that I knew, and I'm going to add something to it. I'm going to add another clue. I'm going to add another layer to it, right? Oh, it's so much fun. It's so much fun. All right, so let me see if I gave all, I got new words. I got new words. They calling the protest a fed up rising. Instead of an uprising, it's a fed up rising. I love that. Hopeaholic is another word that I like. I am a hopeaholic. I hope we get better. We move beyond race in this country and in the entire world. But there's some people who like being at the top of the food chain, and they're going to fight us. Okay, they're going to fight us because they don't want racial equality. They want white superiority. They want that. There's a plandemic instead of a pandemic, a plandemic. So this is the COVID. Is it something that was put into society purposely to kill Americans, kill voters, kill black people, kill poor people, kill Hispanics, Latinos? Okay. Oh, and gay guys and women, because if they have HIV/AIDS, woo, their immune system is messed up. Okay. But gay people have fought a damn good fight. Okay. And looks like they're winning for equality, and inclusion is their word. Okay. Now. I think I did all my notes. I think I've done all my notes. Yeah. Okay. And then they're still removing Confederate flags. The Confederates lost. And if we didn't lose, we would be 2 countries, not 1. We would not be the United States if the Confederates won. So why are we have monuments for the Confederates? Confederates lost. Confederate was racism. Confederates were white supremacy. Confederates were people who wanted slavery. Anybody that has a Confederate flag, shame on you. You are not a friend of mine, and you're not a friend to anybody that looks like me. Period. Okay? So, let's move on to the last thing. I think I went through all my notes. Oh, no, I didn't. I got one more. I got another one. Okay. I think I'm going to show this because I have to do my part of this. Put my part. I'm an internet activist. I got to do my part. I just have to do my share. I just have to. Okay, we're going to watch this girl's video. Okay. This girl here. Let me put this on.
Do this to our people, our community. Just because you charge them doesn't mean that it's going to stop the whole force, all of the blue lives that do this to our people, our community. I won't be satisfied until I can wake up and have kids and have them not fear their lives just for being black, for being darker than other people. It's not enough. I can say it's not enough. It's not enough. It's not enough until everything changes. Thank you so much for talking.
Every time I see that, I'm just like teared up. I'm just, messed up emotionally. Skin color. It's indigenous habitats. That's it. from 6 million years. It's just the way that the body decides to fix itself so it can deal with the climatic habitats to make you more in line with what the climate has. Okay, like sickle cell, for example. Sickle cell disease, the reason why black people have it are people that live in countries that have malaria. It is the natural selection of how to fight off malaria. It was the body making itself through generation after generation find a way to cure itself so malaria would not kill so many people. It's a fruit fly study, and the reason why I talk about the fruit fly, because the fruit fly lived for 2 weeks. So what they did was they took fruit flies and they put them in different, like more light, less light, lots of rain, no rain, starvation, and they saw they could watch a fruit fly generation after generation, because it was 2 weeks is a whole the life of a fruit fly, and they can see how it changed and it adapted to its environment and put certain protections on itself for its environment. And the human species goes back at least 6 million years, since the dawn of time. But looking the way that we look through evolution is 6 million years, okay? And we are not, we are a part of the primate mammals and the primate family. We're not monkeys, but we're part of that family. All right, and then Nick Cannon, he came out with something hard. I'm just going to show you just a bit of it because it's getting kind of long. This is Nick Cannon, okay?
19, Jamestown choked me, sold me, shackles hold me tightly by my neck, and I can't breathe again. 2020 ain't no fucking vision on your tail light vision of why I'm living like a prejudged villain. CNN, Fox News commentating and debating why I can't fucking breathe again. How many times do I have to say this? I'm taking the gloves off because racism is the main deadliness that's contagious. I just got diagnosed and received a degree in criminology, but fuck your education. I don't want to learn shit from a nation that's racist. The definition.
Whoa, you guys gotta watch that. And watch it a couple times because he was rhyming like crazy. I mean, it's really brilliant. And then they put a disclaimer on it on Facebook, okay? You know, listen, you know, it might be hard to hear this. And it's because it does contain bad words too, okay? Now, there is one more thing that I want to show you guys before I get your opinions on something. Where is it? Every time I go, it's like, you know, disappearing on me. Where is it? There is one more thing that I want to show you guys. The whistleblower, what is it? Oh, they released a new video on Michael Jackson's official YouTube channel about little Susie. I don't know, the timing of that's a little weird. You know, maybe I need to listen to the lyrics, but little Susie. But it's a new video that's out. And then there is something else here, but it seems like, you know, sometimes my page jumps. You know, Confederate flag monuments are being removed. I talked about that. I talked about Yasmin, Nick Cannon, Sulfur Gold from Ashes. Yeah, he released some videos, then he got mad and took him down. Stop with the games. Okay? You don't want people to think you're Michael? Then stop dressing like him, dancing like him to his music with a mask on. Okay, please. Miss me with that silliness. Okay, let's see. Oh, this right here. Oh, man. This is it. Colin Kaepernick. Colin Kaepernick. See, when he peacefully kneeled, protested, nobody wanted to listen. People want to get mad. No, you don't have a right to kneel down when the national anthem is being played and the flag is being shown. How dare you? Right? And look at his number 7. Isn't that quite poetic that he wearing the number 7, Michael's favorite number, lucky number. This man lost his job. People hated him for that, right? So, since you didn't want to listen, because we don't have a right to listen, go over there and complain. Go complain at another time. Don't complain here amongst us, because we don't want to hear your complaints. Okay? Because, hey, we white people. And you black, so move over. Okay? If people would have listened back then, maybe we wouldn't have had all these deaths that have happened since 2016. Okay? That was peacefully protesting. He wasn't against the flag. He was saying the flag is not living up to its standards when it comes to people that look like me. Okay? It's not living up to its promise, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Certain inalienable rights. All men are created equal. All men and women are created equal. Not living up to its standards. Peaceful protest, which is First Amendment rights. But since we didn't listen when it was done peacefully, then you have to get people out in the street. You got looting, you got rioting. And then a lot of it, if you look online, they were white supremacist agents mixed among us, breaking the windows, bringing Molotov cocktails. I can't even say the word. Okay, when do black people go around blowing up stuff? That's not how we roll. You know, we don't roll with bombs. Okay? But, not to say we never have. Not to say we never have. Okay? And none of us do. But, we have it on videotape. Now, a lot of black people were thinking, ooh, let's take advantage of an opportunity. Let me go get me some new tennis shoes. Right? Looting. Because maybe they can't afford real nice tennis shoes in real life. No excuse. Just a reason. No excuse. I was terrified every night. Couldn't even go to sleep. I was so scared for everybody out in those streets. So scared for everybody out in the streets. Burning up stuff, breaking windows, looting. It was embarrassing. And it was also very, very wrong and very, very bad. But since this wasn't enough, this didn't get everybody's attention. People got mad. They misconstrued it. Okay? The flag has not lived up to their promise for us, and we're in 2020 now. Slavery ended in 1865, 1863. The Emancipation Proclamation, and then the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendment in 1865. Okay, Civil War. Okay, we want our slaves so bad. We want white supremacy so bad. We willing to die for it. So is this what we're up against? And other people are dead now. Okay, cops are dead. Other people, good people, bad people, dead. Old 77-year-old, 75-year-old man pushed, wasn't intentional at all. It was nowhere near what Derek Chauvin did. Nowhere near it. But pushed him. And he fell and cracked his head open. He's in stable condition right now, but serious but stable condition. Because he was a protester. Thank you, 75-year-old man. Thank you. Right? And then the cops just walk right past. I'm not against cops. I'm not. I like cops. Because if somebody broke into my house, I'm calling the cops. And I'm going to expect them to help me. So I'm not against cops. I'm against bad people in every category. In every segment of society. I'm against bad people. People that do illegal things. That people that do hurtful things. That people do wrong things. That people do hateful things. Not against that. Some people think me saying Michael Jackson is alive is hateful. What? Believe me, if I didn't believe Michael was alive, I definitely would not say it. Matter of fact, I had been studying about Michael Jackson faking his death for 7 months before I even started writing the book, Suicide, Did Michael Jackson Fake His Death to Save His Life? And before I even reported on it, even once, I had finished writing that book. Okay? So not only did I take notes for 7 months, double check, but when I wrote the book, I organized it. And your mind thinks differently. And then I came out with the book because I was going to be as confident as I could and as responsible as I could be that Michael faked his death before I said that online or said that publicly. Now I'm 1,000,000,000% sure Michael faked his death, and I'm 100% sure that Peter, Michael, Bobby, in some way, fashion, decoy, alias, two of them, Michael and Peter living in the same house, whatever. Okay? He's Michael. Okay? And so is Sofer Go from Ashes, because there's two of them. So there's no way you can ever tell me one of them ain't Michael. Because if Michael's alive, he got to be somebody. Okay? So, Colin Kaepernick, number 7, Michael's favorite number. I love that. Right? Peaceful protest. People didn't respond. People didn't respond. And people responded even in a pandemic. Pandemic. Right? Came out. Said, They still protested. All for the cause, but at least now it's not as dangerous as it was. Whew. Now over the White House, Lord have mercy, there's these tall fences all around the White House now. What? Trump done created to where he thinks he needs an extra barricade. All the guns and whatever security measures that they have to protect the police. Trump's like, we need to put a barricade around it. Why? Because that's how many people are upset with you? Because you done talk trash about everybody? All right, so finally, guys, I left the live for. Now I need your help. Now, Matt, I don't want to abuse you. That's why I didn't ask you in particular for you to do this for me, because when people are kind and nice and giving, I hate to keep asking, you know what I mean? So, Matt, you're included. Matt Dodd and Angela, his lovely wife Angela, you guys are included in this. This is me, and I need a background graphic that moves just a little bit, not to be distracting. I need something in the background to go with this. Okay, here's a part of a live 4. You guys get to see my new look. My new look. Okay, here we go. Let me turn this off. Turn my fan off. 4, Michael Jackson, The Missing Pieces. Now, I did not always believe that Michael Jackson faked his death. I had to learn the proof, the evidence, the facts, and the clues just like you do. Now, as the historian for the Michael Jackson death hoax, I want to give you a little background. It's ironic that I was the first person. All right. See my new hairdo? Look different. You guys never saw that dress either. And I don't have my glasses on. All right. So it's a green screen. It's called green screen. Okay. Behind me. And that's why it's green. It's called green screen. And behind me, I want something moving, like a moving puzzle pieces, maybe with Michael in them or something, you know, some kind of graphic, but it can't move fast. It has to move super slow and has to be pretty good quality, because, you know, we're trying to, you know, make it the best that we can make it under the circumstances, because I'm a poor, struggling media company doing big things. So if you guys know how to do a graphic or do something to put behind me on the green screen, please just send it to me. You know, something that represents Michael Jackson, The Missing Pieces, okay? Something, you know, that moves just really slow, that it's not distracting. It's just something behind me because it's green screen and Cecil can put it back there. So anyway, guys, you like my new look? Do you like my new look? I hope you do. No glasses. I got different hair. I have a different dress on. So I hope you like it. And it's going to be between 80 and 90 minutes so far. And we had to split it up in 2 because I couldn't have a documentary that was 3 hours long. Plus, Cecil could be called back to work any day. And then I might have to go find a job any day. So I wanted to make sure I at least got a live 4 done. I have enough for a live 5 to do a live 5, but hopefully we'll have a chance to do it. Anyway, guys, this is Pearl Jr. I know I hit us hard. This was a tough one, right? But the whole world is talking about race and racial equality, and we have to do our share, right? All right, then, guys. Peace and love, and I will see you next time.